what are the different menu options, what are the different options available, toolboxes available in the Mendix Studio Pro. So today we will discuss on team server and developer portal. If time permits, marketplace also. So team server. Let me share my screen and show you the team server as well. Share something else. Stop sharing. 1 second. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So there are some important components in the Mendix architecture. So we have discussed about the Mendix Studio Pro and Mendix Studio. So today we will be discussing on team server and developer portal. So team server is where the application models are, everything will be stored in repository. Everything is stored. And developer portal is from where we can organize our application with for different app development, app deployments, and we can monitor the DB performance. We can configure the custom domains. We can manage the backups, alerts, logs, access control, and debugging control. All those can be done in the developer portal. So, so this is the developer portal for this first studio app. Okay, every developer portal will be same and it will be different for each application. Okay, so here we will get different menu options like project bus, stories, and team feedback, documents, team server, general settings, and these are related to deploy. Here, okay, here it will be displayed related to the projects created, all those things, project activity, project bus. Here, usually, this is the main option we usually use as developers, where we can create. Here it is a project management option. So you might have heard about the Jaira, Bugzilla, all those things, where you can create sprints and story cards and give some points to the stories, and you can maintain the story point status. So usually business will create sprints and stories here, and they will post the requirements in the story card. So with the help of story card, we will use to develop the application for that phase. Suppose if I am creating a new sprint, duration, how many duration it required to complete the sprint. If we choose custom start date, we will start from there. Otherwise, see the date here. By default, it is taken from there. So today is 10th. Say, should after the end date of previous sprint. Oh, no, sorry, comes after get started. Started. Okay. Okay. get started already there is an active sprint, so sprint 0 can be created after completing this sprint. So that is the reason it has shown some error for custom date when I have selected the today's date. Okay, now there are three sprints: backlog sprint, sprint 0, and get started. In get started, we can add a story. We can use some description here. So we can check the sprint status or here story wise. Okay, like this. When I am working on this one, I will move it to this status running, and when it is completed and tested, it will be when it is completed, it will be moved to done. Okay, this is stories tab. This is everything related to project management. Next one, team, where you can invite your other team members. That means you are giving access to other members to this application, specifically for this application. Invite member, and we need to provide an email address, and after clicking on add to list, it will show a review page where you can review the list of users you have added, and then it will send a invitation mail to that email IDs. So from then they will be able to see this application in their project dashboard. Okay, here there will be different roles: application operator, business engineer, guest, product owner. We can assign as per the requirement. This is how we will be able to manage our team. Any questions so far in stories or team?
No, sir.
No.
Okay, so this is deprecated documents. We can upload some business documents to maintain them in a single place, and any team member can see this and download the document if they wanted to review it. And this is team server. This is team server URL, where you can see all your commits related information here. So after implementing some features or while developing some features, we may be required to commit the code to present in the repository for safer side, and not only for safer side, to deploy it and deploy it to environments, it is required to commit the code to the team server. So whenever we are committing one version, one revision, we will have a comment option. Those will be displayed here. So all your commits will be listed here. That means your revision history. So by default, it will use SVN repository for committing all these revisions. And now general settings. So currently we are in free plan. So these are the different tabs available for this application. Not only for this application, for every application we will be seeing this kind of tabs. Okay, where in general tab we will be having this information, app ID, and some other options. Okay, and cloud settings. These are related to cloud settings. If you see, Mendix app can be deployed to Mendix cloud, or you can deploy it to a private cloud. We can have an on-premises also. So access management. So if you have list of team members available, you can maintain the access control management here, whether he is allowed to deploy the application, whether he is allowed to access the API. There are different kind of options available here as a checkboxes we will see, so that we can control their access in this tab. So API keys. This API key can be used to communicate with this application, Mendix platform, for these options from an external tool. And project management. We have already seen that. There are other tools also there. Webhooks, we will not use this one. This is to have a relation between our Mendix app and some external app. History. These are the different activities done on this app. Okay. Any questions in these general settings?
No, sir. We do have one question. What is on-premises?
On-premise means you will have your own environment, complete environment. You will have your own server and everything.
Okay, so no one
So some
from other
corporates. So,
organization,
so, so
nobody can
some
log in.
this is Mendix Cloud, right? Not nobody can log in. See, Mendix Cloud means these cloud servers, this everything is maintaining by Mendix, right? So if you
Okay,
have your own server, you can deploy the Mendix application there also.
okay, sir. Got it.
So you will be responsible for everything like security and everything. So some enterprises will have their own premises. They will maintain their own server and everything.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
and this is environments tab. So once we upgrade the plan, then only we will be able to create environments. Usually we will have two environments. One is acceptance, another one is production. Usually we will have two environments. So anything you will deploy, first it will go to the acceptance environment. From there only you can deploy it to the production deployment. So once we deploy it to acceptance environment, we will give it to client for testing to check whether all the required changes are working fine or not, as per their requirement or not. Once they give us good to go, then only we will move it to the production. So this is the place where we usually maintain the environments where the deployments will be done. Mostly we will interact with this tab only after development. And currently we are not able to see all the options. Usually we will have a create deployment option here. Once you have committed your changes to team server, so your latest code will be available in team server. Here there will be a create deployment package. So the deployment procedure will be like, you need to create one deployment package first, then you need to deploy that to the environment. After deploying it to the environment, you need to restart the application to affect the changes you have made. So we will have a create deployment package button. By clicking on that, it will ask you to select the team Mendix revision, your app revision version for which you wanted to create the deployment package. So first you have committed one change, okay? So that will get some revision one. Later you have made some changes, that will get revision two. Like that, all the revisions will be listed, and you need to select one revision number to create the deployment package. Once you selected the revision, then there will be another screen where you can give some app version number like 1.0.00.1, something like that, app version. Then it will start deploying, and it will create a deployment package, and it will list out the deployment packages, all the previous deployment packages also in a list view, and with deploy button. So from there you can click on a deploy button for which version you want, for which revision you wanted to deploy it to the environment. Once you deploy it to the environment, you need to restart the application. So this is mostly we will interact with environments tab in the developer portal regularly. And this is metrics where we can see the charts like this, different charts, IO operations related, memory consumption, requests, CPU usage, all those things. Database operations, number of database connections, system memory usage. So whenever your application is facing some load kind of issues, more number of users are accessing and your application is facing some issue, then these may be helpful. So why it is happening, so that you can use these logs to identify what is happening. So here there is a drop down, like if you have multiple environments, those environments will be listed in this drop down. By selecting one environment, it will show the statistics related to that particular environment. Currently I'm not able to select because it is a free app. If you need to know what is particular chart about, you can click on the read documentation. It will navigate to the documentation portal of Mendix for the and logs. Here we can see the live log as well as archive logs also, the previous logs. So how it is helpful if you wanted to log something and check what is happening in particular environment in a process. Suppose if you are not, if you are facing some issue, you are not aware whether your expected variable is getting some value or not, your expected value or not. In that scenarios, you can add some logs. You can see that live log. This is one point where developers will use. And other things, if you face some errors, some there will be some errors, suddenly it will throw some error, the application will throw some error, that error logs will also be logged automatically here. You can see that logs, so that you can identify what is happening in the application, why it is happening. Maybe sometimes you will understand by seeing the log, and you can fix it in the application and do a fresh deployment. If you are not able to identify the exact issue why it is causing, there is another option, debugging. So currently I am not able to show you the debug option because it will be in the app settings, particularly in app settings. Okay, in environment for this app, there will be different settings for different options for environment. So as we don't have environments created here, I am not able to show you. In that environment details, we will be able to see the debugger related information, so that you can connect to the, this is one advantage, you can connect to the live application also from your local Studio Pro, and you can debug the application from here by stepping into the code. So any questions about the logs? Okay, moving to the next topic, backups. Mendix will by default create periodical backups here. You can download that backup. If something happens and application shuts down, then you can restore the application by using some backup here, present here. And if you are doing something which may have some confusions, like it may be successful or may not be, in that case also what we can do, we can create a backup first and then we can do that deployment or whatever it may be. And if it fails, we can use the latest block backup and restore the application. So by default it will create every day one backup periodically. And alerts. So in application settings, actually there will be some options when you have created environments with environment details, like who is the technical contact, all those things. So for them, there will be some email alerts. It will trigger automatically if it sees something critical in particular environment. This is to configure and control that alerts. Here you can see whatever the alerts it has already shown. This is related to mobile app. This is related to mobile app. To publish the apps, all those things. You can provide some general settings here. These are the different widgets by default added to that mobile app. This is actually a Cordova app. Here you can mention the widgets information, additional widgets information that you have downloaded for building the Cordova app if you have ideas about that. And we will be able to publish it to different stores, app stores here. So here we can change the icons that is by default available for the application, because all these are required in this size only to the application publishing for the app store, play store or app store. You can change the colors, theme colors, and publish it from here. And publish it from here. Okay, any questions in the developer portal?
No, sir.
Okay. So most of the items, mostly we will interact with environments, and if the client is maintaining the project management through stories. These two are main options we usually interact.
How many
But
environments can be there, sir?
yeah, if it is a private cloud, we can create more. If it is Mendix cloud, we can create two based on the plan, I believe. There are different plans available in Mendix. So we can
Okay.
create multiple environments like test or dev environment like that. Okay. Anyone else has any questions? So now suppose if we go to this applications project dashboard, here we are navigating to the particular application or project dashboard directly. Here you can see all the applications that you have access to. Okay, if someone has invited you and you have accepted the invitation, you will be able to see the tab in your dashboard like this. Okay, this is third app, and this is stories for this app where we have a get started. Suppose if I added a story here, I am making some changes to the existing application. If you see here, this changes tab. If your application has any new changes that are not present in the previous commit, so that will be displayed here. And there is a possibility to work multiple users on the same repository or same revision, right? So this will be shown based on your local version only. So suppose I have made some changes to home web page right now. So parallelly, someone else from one of you will also do some changes on the same page to the application or different page. Okay, but you have committed first, then I am trying to commit this. So it will give me an alert. There is already a new version available in the team server. You need to update it first. Until then, it will not commit. Okay, now I am committing this change. While committing, we can tag the story card to which these current changes are related to. And you can see the changes in pages or microflows or nanoflows, whatever has been done here to the domain model, all those things. Changes on disk is different. If it is related to CSS files, all those things you will be able to see on this tab. Changes on disk tab. So now I am committing this. And also whenever we are doing a deployment, it will validate whether that version is allowed to deploy or not. If it has some errors in application errors, so it will not create the deployment package successfully. It will show the error. So I have committed my changes, so the changes became 0 again here. If you go to the third app, so we can see our revision log here. Then after committing our changes, usually we will go here and we will start a deployment by clicking on a create deployment package. After create deployment package, it will show the revision numbers. Revisions are available. Here you can see the revision history by clicking on version control history. So my revision is third revision. So in the same manner, it will show the list of revision history available. So you need to select your revision and continue the create deployment package process. After committing also, you can see the information like this. What are the related stories? What are the microflows or pages that you have made changes and committed in the particular revision? Any questions here? Okay, this is how the developer portal is useful for us daily in day-to-day activities. Okay, let us stop here for today and we will discuss on the topics what we have covered and questions if you have anything. Yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. Rajesh, Anita, Satish, Vijay.
In real time, we are working mainly in developer portal, right?
Yeah, definitely you need to interact with developer portal only. Working on developer portal means, in your perspective, for developing the application or what exactly you are asking about?
Developing the applications, I mean rules.
Developing the application, we will use the Mendix Studio Pro only, not Mendix Studio, not in developer portal actually. Developer portal is used for administrating our application. This is Mendix Studio Pro. We will use this one. So that web version mostly will be used by some business users to create some simple pages and show them to clients for their uh, before initiating the projects, all those things, not by the developers. Anyone else?
Hi, myself Subbarao. Actually, this is my first
Yeah.
class. Actually,
Okay.
um, Mendix, it's a BPM tool, right?
See, if you say BPM tool, it will get confused actually. It is a platform completely. It is providing different things to application manage, project management, everything all together, right? We will say generally Mendix platform.
Okay, we are using Mendix. Actually, what we can do, develop any application, right? Web applications and
Any
application.
enterprise web applications, not only web application, mobile application, native application or hybrid application or PWA, progressive web applications also at the same time.
Mhm. Uh,
Yeah.
it's coming to Mendix. What are the unique features apart from the other tools like APN is there, right? And Pega.
Hmm. Everything will have its own marketplace and modules available. Mendix has more widgets available in marketplace. We will discuss about the marketplace in the next class. So
Mhm.
mostly
Mhm.
everything will come as a plug and play. So if
Okay.
you need some extended usage of some text box or something like that. So if you go to Mendix Place and search it for it, mostly that will be available there.
Okay.
So if you
But
need to
nowadays,
interact
just
with
I
some
was
external database, if you need to interact with external database, the connectors will be available.
basically there is no skills, additional skills are required to learn this Mendix. Any additional
Yeah,
skills like in
not
knowledge
required,
is
not required. Yes, not required. If you know Java, JavaScript, it will be useful at some places,
in real time
but
we
it
can
is
use the
not
Java
required.
and
But
JavaScript.
it is not mandatory because you don't need to write any Java code in a day-to-day activity.
Mostly in case in is there any scenario is there in that case, how much percentage we can use Java and JavaScript concepts we
That
can
is
use.
based on the customer requirement at that time.
Mm, most of the case we are not going for the scripting
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
programming language.
Yeah. In my experience, I have written Java classes very less number of times, mostly one or two.
Mhm. Suppose
The same
if
way
you
JavaScript
require,
also.
you can cover in this course or only Mendix only you can teach.
Which one? Which one you are saying? Java and
Oh,
JavaScript about.
yeah.
No, no. We will not cover. We will show how to make use of the Java coding and JavaScript. And
Okay.
also, if you have knowledge on the React Native, you will be able to develop your own widget. Here, Mendix will be based on widgets, everything. Okay, whatever you are
Mm-hmm.
seeing on a page, web application page, is everything coming from the widgets, right? So you can develop your own widget if you have knowledge in the React Native.
Okay. In this, we can develop any type of applications by using
Yeah,
Mendix. Am I correct?
right. It is,
Why?
but
Because
it is
mostly,
not suggested for the gaming applications. That is the disadvantage.
okay. In that case, using the traditional programming language develop application. In that case, we can using Mendix also, right?
Right, right.
Actually, I'm not aware of the Mendix. That's why I'm asking.
No,
This is a new
no
application.
worries about. See, when you are
Yeah.
choosing Mendix, you need to know everything about that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, no
Yeah.
worries about.
But now it's showing programming skills that they have mentioned, key skills,
Hmm.
some
So,
CSS, Java, HTML. That's why I'm asking. It's required, right?
CSS actually mostly you will not do customizations in CSS. If you have idea, it will be useful for the client if they need any customizations. In very rare cases, I have made changes to CSS also. So by default,
Okay.
it is using the bootstrap to develop the to generate the Mendix application in web. Okay, so if you have knowledge on the CSS, you can customize it.
Okay. The developed application based on the requirement, we can customize, right?
Yes,
If you,
yes.
people have to know.
If it is not satisfying their UA, then only we need to do some modifications in the CSS.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
also not a big task. You can easily learn and make the changes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's it from my end. Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I think that's it. Kumar, over to you.